Hello and welcome to this video in the Python tutorial video series. In this video, we're gonna cover user inputs. Coding is not just about having a bunch of statements and commands and running these commands sequentially. It's more about being interactive. So asking the user for data and do something with that data. And this is done through user inputs commands or many other commands that make coding interactive. Uh, the most basic one is using the input function in Python, and this will instruct Python to stop code, then ask the user for data, and then after getting the data from the user, the code will resume. And for example, let me ask for a name, for example. So name equal to input, and here we have the prompt question. Enter your name, for example, and then we need to print the name. So the syntax here is we have first to initialize a variable, and then we use the command or the function input. This will ask the user for data, and then inside as an argument it takes a string, which is the prompt question. So let's run it. So here, as you can see here, we have the prompt question. Enter your name. Let's enter, for example, Lucas. And then it will print Lucas. Let me change this to be more interactive. Welcome name. Welcome Python. So the way I do that is by using two arguments for this. Look, print here. Print is the way to print to the console, and if you use comma between two entities, it will add a space between these two entities. So here we can do also, we can remove this comma, then add space here, and then can concatenate name to this string. This will do the same for Python, and you can use comma as well without space here. Maybe this is more elegant, and it will do the same. Welcome. Now let's do an exercise. So we're gonna do a we're gonna calculate the gross pay based on the hours and the rate per hour given by the user. So first, let's initialize a variable called hours equal. We will get the hours from the user, and we will ask him to enter hours, number of hours, and then we will ask him to give us the rate per hour. Okay, rate, for example, input, enter the rate per hour. And then to calculate the pay or the gross pay, we need to multiply both the hours and the rate, right? So we multiply the hours and the rate per hour, and then we need to print out this pay. Okay, now we expect to get an error here, and I'll explain why. So here, let's say 20 and 2, we get an error, and it's a type related error. Now it's very important to mention that function input give out a string. So the rate here is a string. Even though I entered a number, it's a string. And to compute the pay or to multiply or to use any math operators, we need to cast these variables and transform them to integers or float. Now, in our case, let's transform them to float. There are two ways you can change the type here. For example, so we will ask the user to enter the number of hours. It will be an integer, it will be a string, and then we will transform it to float. So ours will be a floating point number instead of string. And also we can change it from here. So this will leave the rate, the variable rate to be string, and only when I compute the pay gross or the gross pay, we need to transform it to float. Okay, you can use both ways. It will not make any difference. And now, if we run, for example, and here's our gross pay. So that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next video.